Hello my Prepify peeps, my name is John, and today we're going to be talking about the OTAC Primus Kit, which is essentially an IFAK. But before we begin talking about this, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I've been a medic for 18 years and was on a SWAT team for about 7 years, working over about 200 SWAT and operational type conflicts. So let's talk about the IFAK. And an IFAK is just an individual first aid kit. Some places call it an immediate first aid kit because it's basically your first line medical kit or trauma kit that you're using if you sustain an injury while in conflict. And this one in particular is almost identical to the ones that we used when I was on SWAT. Handy little piece of equipment. Can't hold a ton of stuff in here, but it does exactly what it's meant for. When we talk about the need for a small trauma kit like this, it's basically for two reasons: airway control and hemorrhage control. And if you look about the history over the different wars, all the way back from Vietnam even till today, the two major causes of death for military members were from hemorrhaging, or loss of blood, and from airway issues. So not being able to take care of the airway. So these are super nice pieces of equipment. One of the things you'll see is this is a Molle system. So basically you can hook it to about any kit that you have. What makes this one particularly nice is once you undo the front clip on here, this will be attached to your kit as it immediately comes off, right? And that's still obviously going to be attached to you. But once you have this off, it's got two zippers, and once you open up both of these zippers down, this will fold down basically into your full-on medical kit or your full-on trauma kit. Now we're going to talk a little bit more specifically about some of the items in here. Particular ones that we're going to talk about is this, which is a tourniquet, and this next one, which in here is a chest seal. This is the hyphen vent. There's several different types of airway control that we can use for those, but we're going to talk about those here in just a second. The rest of this stuff that's in here, obviously, is one of the biggest needs is having is trauma shears, which is right here. Be able to expose our wounds if we need to, cut off pants, cut off clothing as we see fit. Now, this is another major part of this kit is just some latex gloves or non-latex gloves. If you're going to be helping a buddy with this or helping somebody outside and you don't want to get exposed to any type of diseases from their blood or other bodily fluids, having a pair of gloves is pretty key. This kit also comes with a Sharpie. We do put a tourniquet on. It's kind of nice to kind of get the time frame down that we're going to be using and other information that might be useful, like past history and things like that we may need to relay to a medical team after we've been able to get the patient out. Nice piece of Acrylex. Pretty simple little bandaging item. A quick cloth. This one is just a small 4x4 sponge. Pretty nice. It's embedded with some different chemicals in there to help your clotting factors if we get cut. So we'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. And then this is just a rolled piece of gauze, another piece of bandaging equipment. In here we've got two 5x9 dressings, pretty much what you'll see on any ambulance as they're responding. And then the next one we're going to see here is a wound stop. That's what this is called. It's also called an Israeli dressing for those military members. Basically, it has the bandaging inside the wrapping to help hold that, so you don't have to hold the bandaging and then wrap it up with gauze or something else. Just an elastic bandage. pretty nice. Another thing you probably use if you sprained your ankle or something like that, but nice piece of equipment to have in here. And then this kit has Curlex. That's, I'm sorry, it's Coban instead of tape. You know, if you want to use tape or if you want to use Coban, either way, it's going to help keep whatever bandage you're putting on secure. And then the last piece of equipment is just a blanket, a rescue blanket. So if you happen to be out in the wilderness or something, it helps kind of keep your body temperatures pretty normal within the normal means that are supposed to be at. So that's pretty much all the equipment that's inside here. As you can see, it's pretty light, pretty easy. I mean, there's quite a bit of equipment that was placed in here, and depending on what you decide to use, I mean, you can fill it as needed and whatever type of operation that you're going to be going on.